Hello guys and welcome to Algocraft. Today we are solving the LeetCode problem number 287. Find the duplicate number. This is a medium level question. So first I will read the question and then I will explain you what the question says, and then we will dive into my approach and then I will code in front of you. So the question says that given an array of integer nums containing nums plus 1 means n plus 1 index integer, which each integer is in the range of 1 and n. Here n means the length of nums. So there is only one repeated number in nums. Return this repeated number. You must solve the problem without modifying the array nums and uses only the constant extra space. So we don't have to use any space and we can't modify our nums array. So what we have to do in our question, that we have to find. Hey guys, so now let's see what the question says properly. So first we will make our example array as 1, 2, 3, -4 and 3 again. So here we can see that 3 is coming twice in this array. So our answer will be 3. But now we have to see that how we will. So now we have to see that how we will make this 3 as a duplicate array. So now we have to see that how we can find this 3 as a duplicate integer. So the duplicate number in our array. So here, for example, number 1, here input nums is given 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2. So here 2 is coming 2 times, so the duplicate number is 2, so we'll return 2 over here. So into our approach. So for example, the array is given 1, 4, 6, 3 and 2 and 4 again. So suppose this is our question, and we have to find the duplicate element in this nums array. So what will our first approach is? First is our brute force approach. So what we'll do in our brute force approach, we'll make 2 loops. We'll iterate throughout the loop. So first we'll initialize first element, and then we'll compare that the first element is equals to this element or not. Then we'll compare this element is equals to this element or not. Then this is equals to this or not, this is equals to this or not, or this is equals to this or not. So we'll compare all the elements. Then we'll go in the second element. Then we'll go in fourth element. Then we'll compare this, all this. So we'll iterating throughout the array many times. So it will make our time complexity as order of n square. So this is a very high time complexity. So we have to reduce this time complexity. So our another approach will be, we'll make a hash map which will store our values, and its will make a hash map and it will store our value and its key. Key means that how many times this value is coming in an array. So we'll make a hash map of integer comma integer, which will store integer our value over here, and a key for our value will store our integer over here and its value, how many times it is coming. So first we'll store 1, then 4, then so 1 is coming 0 times. So 1 is coming 1 time in this array, and 4 is coming 2 times in this array. You can see this 4 and 4 over here. So this will be our approach. So this method will take the time complexity of order of n, which is a good time complexity, but it will take a space complexity of order of n. And the question says that we don't have to make any space in our solution. So what we'll do is we'll make another approach. So first I will write the index over here to understand you better. Okay, this is our indices of all our values. So you'll make a blue pen. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll stand at the first index, and here the first index, the value is 1. So we'll go in the first index and then we'll put a minus over here. Now we'll iterate on the first index and we'll see that here the element is 4. So we'll go on the fourth index, which is over here, and put a minus over here. Now we'll go into our second index and we'll see that, okay, so now we will dive into our next and optimal approach, which will apply in this code. Okay, so let's dive in our optimal and the approach we'll put in our question. So for example, I will take an example that our array is given 1, 3, 4, 2, 1 and 1 again. Okay, so then I will write its indexes over here, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so I will draw a line for better understanding. So what we will approach is, here we'll go in our 0th index and we'll see that here the element is 1. So we'll go in first index and make this as minus. Put it a negative integer over here. Then we'll go in our first index. Then we'll see that which element is in our first index. So here 3 is our value. So we'll go in third index and put a negative sign over here. So here we'll put -2. Then what we'll do is we will go in this. So we will go in the second index now and we'll see that what is the element over here. So here the element is 4. So we'll go in the fourth index and put a minus over here. We have put a minus over here. Now we'll go in our third index and see what is our element. So here 2 is our element. So we'll go on second index, which is over here, and put a minus over here. We have put a minus over here. Then we'll go in our fourth index. We are iterating throughout the array by indexes, and we are putting a minus in which element and in indexes. So now in our fourth index the value is 1. So we go on the first index. This is our first index. So we see that here -3 is present. So what our answer is. So we'll return a 1 over here as our answer. Because so this is our approach basically. I hope you have understand our approach correctly. So now let's dive into the code. So first I will make a variable answer which will store a 0 value in it. Then I will run a while loop. Then I will run a for loop which will iterate throughout the array equals to 0 I less than nums.length. This will go till the last index of the nums array. Then we will increment our I. Then in it we will make a variable element which will store the value of nums of I. Okay, we will store the value of nums of I. then we will make the value of nums of I as means if the minus, if let's say in example number 1 here at first index we have given -1 for example, so the -1 will be stored in our element, so we can't make a -1. So what we will do is we'll just make this -1 as plus. So we'll make this element as positive. So for making this element as positive, we'll do met.abs absolute value. Then we'll write nums of I over here. Then we'll check that if nums of element is greater than 0, then what we'll do is we'll make nums of element is equals to minus nums of element. We'll make it a negative value. Else if it is not something like this, so we'll store our element in our answer. So here clearly written that we cannot modify the array. So we are now modifying the array, but we'll solve this modify. So how we can solve this modified? We have made all the positive integer as negative. So now we will make all the negative as positive. Okay, so firstly we will iterate through the array, and all the indices value is minus in this case. Now what we'll do is we'll make all the value as positive. So for doing this we'll make math.abs absolute value nums of I. So we have made all the value as positive. Now at the last we will return answer. So now let's run the code. What this is saying that, okay, I didn't put this over here. What this is saying, int I is equals to 0, I have to put 0 over here. Okay, so our all test cases is accepting. Now we will submit our code. Okay, my code is submitting. So if you like the video, please do like, share, subscribe, and if you have any query, please comment down below.